Hey, how's it going, everyone? Welcome to episode 15's review of Bulgasal. And man, you guys, this episode, I was so emotionally invested. And also, this episode confirmed three things. One, my prediction about Detective Hole and the flashback to 1,000 years ago that we saw at the ending of this episode. It confirmed two things, but I'll talk about that later on in this video. All of the emotional scenes that they have, like for example, DoYoon wanted everyone to live together and be a family, the relationship between Sang-gun and Wal, Hole dealing with whatever he was dealing with. I was so emotionally invested because of those emotional scenes. And yeah, let's not beat around the bush. Let's get to it. Hey, what's up, guys? Hey, before I begin the review, I just want to say this. Thank you so much for enjoying my videos. Don't forget to like my videos, comment down below, and overall, do not forget to subscribe to my channel and hit that notification bell so you guys won't miss any new videos I upload pretty much every day. So first, at the beginning of the episode, the group had to move again, this time to a town next to the mountain where Wal lived at one point. He took Sang-gun there and told her this is where everything happened, where he became a Bulgasal, where his family died, where the villagers 600 years ago believed in that type of monster. And he also told Sang-gun he wanted to visit that site one more time because he knows that him and EulTae were both going to die and nothing was going to change that. Sang-gun didn't want to hear it. She didn't want that to happen. She's pretty much in love with him. She tried to kill herself at one point, but then Wal stopped her and told her, because of you, I continued to live. And he was telling the truth. I mean, when he was out there for revenge, trying to find her, he continued on to live. And now he loves her, and he doesn't want her to die for him. During that whole thing, I felt bad for DoYoon and SiHo because Sang-gun and Wal were planning, their own thing, and not having SiHo and DoYoon be in on it. I mean, they're all considered family. We all know that. DoYoon even wants them to be a family. I mean, him printing out the family picture when they were grilling meat. He wanted all of them to live together. Wow, Sang-gun, SiHo, the baby, himself, with also Detective Hole. Well, after this episode, that's not going to happen. But yeah, they're pretty much family. And the fact that, again, SiHo and DoYoon weren't in on the plan, it's like, dang, that's not really treating them as family. So the next thing I want to talk about is this episode confirming my prediction. First, if you haven't seen my prediction video on what's going to happen to the main characters of this drama, click on the link right here. In the video, I did say that Hole was going to have a moment of distance. He was going to come back, sacrifice himself to help Wal take down EulTae, and I was right. At first, he did ignore Wal's call at one point. There's the distance. He did come back to fight alongside with them with his own intention. I did say I didn't want to say switch sides. He didn't really switch sides. He just was on his own side. He had his own intention. And at a critical moment, I did say this, at a critical moment, he will help Wal. And he did by having Wal drink his blood so Wal can go into beast mode. I can't wait to see the beast mode. And also, I can't believe my prediction was right. Usually I'm wrong. And now Hole, Wal, and Sang-gun are going up the mountain to the well where EulTae is waiting for them. Sang-gun did remind Hole, if Wal's heart is wounded, don't shoot EulTae in the chest. And she also noticed that Hole was acting out of it. So, I mean, it was pretty obvious that he had his own intentions. And now it's between EulTae and Wal in the room with the well. Instead of a fight breaking out right off the bat, Wal tells EulTae that he apologizes and everything that he said to him was true. And then the fight starts once Wal pulls out a dagger, attacks EulTae with it, but then EulTae got the upper hand and stabs Wal in the chest. Then EulTae goes after Sang-gun, but then Hole shoots at him, not in the chest, not yet. He shot him in the side, shot him in the leg, and then he shoots him in the chest multiple times. This is where we see his intention. He wanted both EulTae and Wal to be dead. And he even went after Wal and was about to shoot at him, but then Sang-gun stopped him. And then EulTae got up and stabbed Hole. So Sang-gun ran away. EulTae throws Wal into the well and closes it and leaves Hole left for dead. This is where Hole tells Wal everything that happened to his sister. I'm surprised that Wal even remembers a kid that long ago. I would have forgotten it. And then Hol decided to give Wal his blood to really make him go into beast mode, and I can't wait to see that in the finale. But the sad part is that Wal has to watch his dad die twice in one lifetime, and just hearing him say dad, it was, God, so heartbreaking. And we saw a flashback of Hol 600 years ago dying. I did say at one point it was going to be pretty bad for Wal if he sees DoYoon die, well, his son die twice in front of him in one lifetime, but instead of DoYoon, it's his dad, which is, again, still heartbreaking. So Wal receives Hol's blood, which means that Hol is dead, which confirms my prediction. And we see Wal going into beast mode, and we hear the shaman say, the evil spirit who feeds his father's blood will rise from the dark hole. And I'm pretty sure she meant the dark hole was the well. But if you guys have any idea what the dark hole is, leave it in the comments below. And then we get to the ending scene, a flashback 1,000 years ago. We see Wal and Sang-gun face to face. Then we see Hol, SiHo, and DoYoon stabbing Wal with their sword. And then Wal was about to go crazy, but then Sang-gun stabs herself, stopping Wal for a bit. And then this is where we hear Wal say he despised Sang-gun and wants revenge on her and other people who did him wrong. This scene confirmed two things. One, SiHo and DoYoon were not the little kids that Sang-gun was infatuated with. And two, remember when EulTae found Wal on the ground, hurt and stabbed? Those swords were from the three of them, SiHo, DoYoon, and Hol. Now, after watching the flashback 1,000 years ago, not only it confirmed the two things which I already talked about, but also it explains to all of the people that Wal wants revenge on, they all had a bad ending at one point. Man, they were destined to have bad endings, didn't they? For example, Hol, he was one of the people who stabbed Wal in the flashback. He died 600 years ago, and he's dead now. For SiHo and DoYoon, they died 600 years ago. Wal didn't kill him, but it was part of what Wal wanted, revenge. And EulTae pretty much did what he was told to do. And now Sang-gun, if my prediction is right, then she's gonna be dead too. And this is all falling into place into what Wal wanted 1,000 years ago. So my thoughts on the episode, I thought it was really good. And I think it was a good balance between action and drama. The majority of this episode was more on the emotional side, about love, about family, a little bit of betrayal, but then towards the ending of this episode, it was a lot of action. And I was so into this episode, I was so invested emotionally and physically. Emotionally, you can tell, but physically, I was pretty much squeezing my own arms and just like really tensed up. This episode confirmed my prediction on Detective Hol. I have a feeling that my prediction for Sang-gun and Wal might come true. If you guys think so, leave it in the comments below. If you guys disagree, again, leave it in the comments below because I want to know what you guys think. At this point, there's no theories. It's just predictions. And yeah, I still think that Wal and Sang-gun are going to die at the end. I mean, how else are you going to end this? The only one who's going to be living between the three of them, Sang-gun, EulTae, and Wal, I think EulTae is going to be the only one still standing, but he'll be in the well, living there for eternity. Wait, if my prediction for Wal and Sang-gun comes true, I feel bad for DoYoon. I mean, just seeing him print out that picture, he considers everyone as family. And the fact that we know that Hae-seok is dead, Hol is already dead, and if my prediction comes true, then Sang-gun and Wal are gonna die. It's just gonna be him, SiHo, and the baby. Dang, this finale is gonna be sad, isn't it? And they're not all gonna be together. Unless there's a time skip where everyone is reincarnated and they're together at one spot. Kinda like Hotel de Luna, right? Something like that. And yeah, that's pretty much the gist of the episode and my review. If there's anything I might have missed, please leave in the comments below. I love reading your comments. I've said this before, I'll say it again. It doesn't matter how long your comment is. It could be a sentence, a paragraph, an entire essay. I love reading it because I love to know what you guys think about the storyline, the characters, you know, what's going to happen. I love reading it. Other than that, if you like this video, leave a like, comment down below, and subscribe. See ya.